Hey guys, you're back here with Credit Connector. Remember, this channel is only about you. I'm here to empower you guys. I'm here to show you how to fix your credit, how to understand your credit, and how to go out there and leverage your credit. Also, I'm still dropping my VIP mentorship that you guys can still get in for free. So if you guys have also any friends or any relatives that don't speak English, guys, send them to my Spanish channel, which is called Conecto de Crédito. Also, what we're going to be talking about in this video is how to build credit with Navy Federal. A lot of people talk about the pledge loan hack, which, yes, that is an excellent credit builder. And especially if you don't have credit, what it does, it's going to create a trade line, a primary trade line in your credit, and it's going to report to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. So that's excellent. How does it work? What it is a secure loan. And what you do is you deposit the amount that you want to build the trade line for, or that you want to secure the funds for. Let's say if you have 5,000 or if you have 10,000. I normally recommend to try to invest the most that you can, because remember, this is going to report on your credit. And once they see that you have an installment loan for this amount, whenever you try to apply for another installment loan, you're always going to get more lines of credit, higher lines of credit. Obviously, if you paid everything on time with no hiccups, okay? So basically what you do, let's say you deposit $10,000, and this is why a lot of people like Navy Federal, because you can play this with Navy Federal, this play. And then you deposit the money. Once it hits your credit, I like when it hits my credit 30 days after usually. What you do is you go back and then you can pay, $9,950, or you can pay $5,000. But most of the time, the best way to do it, the more you pay back, you just use the money they give you. You pay almost everything back, 99.9, don't pay everything back. And now it's reporting on your credit like you have a 5-year loan. Let's say it's a 5-year loan and all you owe is $50. How is that going to make you look on paper? That's going to make your profile look excellent. Not only are you going to build an internal score with Navy Federal, but you're also going to build your credit consumer score, which is excellent because you're going to build credit with TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. A lot of people say, well, why don't you just get an AU? Yes, an authorized user does help you, but there's nothing that builds better credit than a primary trade line. Always remember that, guys. Nothing builds more credit than a primary trade line. Also, with authorized users, you have to be careful because, if they run up their credit card, or later on, maybe, their address can show up in your credit and there can be a mixed merge credit profile. And, it does work, but it can also get you in a little bit of headache. So always try to build credit on your old with primary accounts. Also with Navy Federal, remember, the first thing you need to do, obviously, is be a member, guys. So if you're not a member, you need to be a member of Navy Federal. And you want to try to get as much products with Navy Federal as possible. It's not only the pledge loan hack, but it's other things that you can get. You can get certificates, you can get a secure credit card, or if you already have credit, then you can get an unsecured credit card. But you want to try to get as much products with Navy Federal. You want to maybe upgrade your checking account from the free checking account maybe to the flagship checking account, because that one you have to have a minimum of $1,500 on a monthly base so you don't get charged the $10. But I believe that upgrading to the flagship card, I think that's one of, if not the number one product that gets you upgraded with Navy Federal internal score. So you might ask me as well, so how do I know my internal score? Well, that I know of, there's only two ways you can know your internal score, and that is when you apply for a credit product, and either you get approved or denied, you will receive an email and it will give you the score. If you don't receive that email, make sure you contact them and let them know. Also with Navy Federal, like I said, you can also do the certificate, which I think it's called Easy Certificate. That's my favorite one because it's as low as $50 to start. And I believe, I'm not sure, you can go up to $5,000. But imagine doing maybe 5 or 6 of these certificates for $50 or $100. How is this going to make you look? This is definitely going to make you look like you're invested in Navy Federal. So these are things that Navy Federal looks when they're trying to see if you're fundable. Also, setting up your direct deposit with Navy Federal is definitely a win-win. And that's with any bank. When a bank sees that you have direct deposit set up, you are definitely invested in them. You're definitely using their products. And in their eyes, this might not be the case, but in their eyes, that is your main checking account. So you want to make sure always to set up your direct deposit with any bank that you're going in for funding. Okay. If you're not a maximizer and you just want to create a profile with Navy Federal because you know that they are good, to extend credit, and they're known for giving high limits on credit cards on the personal side, which that is amazing. They go up to $80,000. And I've heard some people have reported that in between a combination of credit cards, they have had more than $80,000 in credit limits with Navy Federal. So let's say you just, want to be, in the Navy Federal family, make sure to set up your direct deposit. Also with Navy Federal, you can call them 24/7. They're always open on the personal side to help you with any problems that you have. If you travel, they have no transaction fees. If you need to take out money with Navy Federal, also as well, they don't charge you anything to take out the money with the credit card. And I think you can liquidate up to 30%. So Navy Federal definitely is a bank that you want to go into and be part of. You never want to burn the bridges with Navy Federal Credit Union. Remember, they are number one in the nation because they're there to help the military. So, always try to be in top of Navy Federal, not have any late payments. Also, when you set up your any type of products with Navy Federal, make sure as well to get the on your checking account, so the overdraft protection. Okay, so this is a question that I have asked. So if I get the overdraft protection, can I overdraft? Anybody can have a hiccup. Okay, let's say you have 6 hiccups in 1 month. Yeah, you're not going to pay nothing extra because you are protected, but how is that going to make you look? Even if you have other products with Navy Federal, how is that going to make you look? That's definitely not going to make you look fundable. In their eyes, it looks like you're sloppy and you can't handle debt. So guys, you got to be on top of your stuff, put your stuff on auto pay, and be responsible with Navy Federal. Make sure that you guys are responsible with Navy Federal and any institution that you guys are with. If you can help it, I understand that sometimes things happen, people cannot help it, and you might miss a payment, or you might have to use the overdraft protection, or a check jumps or something. But always try to be on top of your stuff if you're able to, okay? If you're able to. Also, with Navy Federal, I'm going to tell you one thing that I've heard that's been going around a lot. If Navy Federal catches you doing something that's not correct, like manufacturer spending or selling their codes, if you're already in Navy Federal, your account is going to be shut down and you're going to be blacklisted. You definitely don't want to be blacklisted from Navy Federal, or you don't want your account to be flagged. Because once your account is flagged, or if you see that you're not getting any more products with Navy Federal, you might have to call them and see what's going on. And once you're flagged, it might be a little bit difficult to get unflagged with Navy Federal. So guys, follow things the right way if you can, and try to build credit on the right way, because that's how you're going to go for maximum funding. Okay, also all these things are going to help you if you're trying to build a business, or if you already have an LLC and you want to also get the business products with Navy Federal. You have to start on the personal side, and then you can build the business side. Okay, remember with Navy Federal as well, when you have the pledge loan hack, the money needs to be in the savings account, and that's where they're going to take it out. Also, if you're doing any of the certificates, the money needs to be in the checking account. Okay, so make sure that you guys have the funds available. Also, remember, before you open any bank account, think what you have to invest before you start, opening the bank accounts, because you want to try that as soon as you open a bank account to start putting some money in there, and at least 7 to 10 transactions. All these little things, these little tips are what going to make you fundable, guys. This is what's going to help you build credit, not only with Navy Federal, but across the board with any credit union or any bank account. Okay, guys? And remember, like, subscribe to my channel, give me a comment. That's the only way I get to know you guys. Also, guys, I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving you guys advice. You guys have to go out there and do your due diligence, do your homework, and always check everything that I tell you. Double check, triple check. Because remember, I can be doing this video and things can have changed as I finish this video. Remember, this is Jackie from Credit Connector.